I'm gonna spin a wheel, and whichever brawler it lands on is the only brawler I can play for an entire rank. I'm gonna do this from bronze all the way up to masters. All I need to do is just hope for good brawlers. So I spun the wheel for the first time and it landed on Charlie. And since the first couple games are always bot games, I tried to speedrun them. Let's just end the game. Never mind. They just have to kill Otis and we win. Kill Otis. Oh my god, if this guy dies, we lost. I just want it to end, man. Just hurry up and... Dude, what is going on? Yeah, and that's what happens when you try to win quickly. But first, a quick thanks to Samsung Galaxy for sponsoring this video. Guys, you've seen me game, talk, and even break world records on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. I'm serious when I tell you guys this is a beast of a phone. The S24 Ultra is truly meant for gaming with its adaptive display. I'm able to play games all night without having to worry about adjusting my brightness or having to worry about it overheating because it's awesome cooling system. And so I just enjoy and play all night long. Now, not only is the S24 Ultra good for gaming, they also have some really cool AI features like photo assist with Galaxy AI. I'm able to take my terrible photography skills and turn them into a masterpiece. One, because the camera is so good. Two, I can also remove any unwanted objects inside my picture, or I can even fill in empty space. So if you want to take your photography skills to the next level like I did, make sure to check out the S24 Ultra in the description down below. Oh, and I also forgot, OJ, Ben, Ashlyn, Crying Man, myself, and so many other creators will be competing in a Squad Busters tournament. The winner will win $5,000 worth of Samsung Galaxy devices to give back to their community. So you're not going to want to miss out on my live stream. Plus, there also might be even some bigger news that will be announced during the live stream. So set a reminder in the link in the description down below. Now, for some reason, bronze is one of the toughest ranks to climb for me, and I honestly don't understand why. But if I'm not the only one, make sure to comment down below to make me feel better, because this is not the only game I lost in bronze. I went on to lose again with Charlie, but eventually I made my way to bronze 2, which means another spin on the wheel. This time around, we are going to play Barley. And well, Barley didn't work out too hot either. My first game I lost because my teammates had 0 kills. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do inside that game. And well, after a couple more wins and losses, I know, in bronze, I finally managed to get bronze 3. We're still not out yet. And so we spun the wheel again and I got Poco. Please, I can't, there's no way I killed him. I'm Poco! I don't know what to do. It's safe to say that I really struggled in bronze this time around, but after 30 grueling minutes, I finally got to silver 1. This just shows how challenging this video is about to be, so if you can hit the like button and subscribe, it'll mean a lot. We're almost at 200k subscribers. However, in silver 3, things finally started to look up. I got Meg in silver 1, which is probably one of the best brawlers in the game right now, so we won every single game with ease. I then ranked up to silver 2, spun the wheel, and got Colette this time around, which is also a great brawler, so the next games were easy as well. And finally, once we got to silver 3, we got Ruffs as our brawler. And again, Ruffs can be played on basically any map, any mode, so silver 3 was a piece of cake. But as soon as I hit gold, spun the wheel, and got Rosa, I realized this challenge could get a lot trickier, because I'm forced to play Rosa on an open bounty map. When Bo walks up a little too far, Bo walked up a little too far. We're gonna slow him when he walks in the grass. Okay. We're gonna shield the crow damage. Yes. Hey, hey! No way. Okay. If I just run him down. Okay. It's 9-1. My teammates got 0 kills. Now, I know that went smoothly, but that's only because we're in gold. If I had to do this in Masters lobbies, I would just instantly lose. So this is where we have 3 lifelines that might come into play. The first lifeline is I'm able to play with friends. The second lifeline is I'm able to use any of the previously spun brawlers. And the last lifeline is just a simple respin. Now, each of these lifelines can only be used once, and they can only be used for 1 entire rank. But my goal right now is to not use a single one if possible. Oh, and also if one of my brawlers is picked or banned, I have to use the previously spun brawler, just to clear that up. And so while I was playing Rosa, I did have a few heartbreaking moments as my gem carrier Tony was very questionable. Tony. Oh my god. Tony. And well, if you didn't know, Tony actually has a twin brother called JM. Oh, please, Crow. Why would you jump in? JM. Same thing with Tony, bro. It's the second time in a row. I can't win if they just jump in with the gems. I can't do it. I can't do it. But either way, with the jokes aside, I eventually made it out with Rosa, which was so worth it. And oh, we got it. Let's go. Oh my god, this is a beautiful skin. And with the rank skin locked up, it was time for another spin on the wheel. This time around, we got Sandy. Now, Sandy is really good right now, and especially at low ranks. So we breezed through gold 2, except for one game that I got abused by a dynamite, but we're gonna ignore that. Either way, I hit gold 3 and got Ems as my next brawler. And well, the same thing happened. Ems is actually pretty good at low ranks, so we were able to climb up to diamond 1 in no problem at all. Now, diamond is a little different because it is now a draft format, which means they can counter pick my brawler very easily. So now that it's draft format, we really need to get good brawlers. So we spun the wheel and we got Ash. And now Ash is actually pretty good, except for when you have to play him on shooting star. That's not good. Dude, the Byron. Oh. Unfortunate. I'm gonna chase these guys. Gotta jump. He can't jump. Well, he can't jump now. Oh my god. Yes, sir. 12-1. Shout out to the Byron. Now things are still going pretty good, but just wait until we hit legendary rank. That's where it gets really, really tough. Either way, we ended up winning all our games with Ash and we climbed up another rank. This time around, we spun the wheel and got Leon. And well, brawlers like Leon are honestly awesome for this challenge because they're pretty good at any map and any mode. And they also don't really have too many counters, so we easily won our games with Leon and climbed another rank. So now that we're diamond 3, it's time to spin the wheel again. And this time around, we got Max, which is great, but the problem is we're losing our good brawlers in our early ranks. If anything, I want this to be the other way around. But I'm sure you can guess, with Max, we ended up winning all of our games pretty easily. So we climbed up and we are now Mythic rank. Now this is the rank to me where games start to get harder. Everyone kind of knows what they're doing and they also know how to draft better. But as we spun our wheel, we managed to get Nita, which is honestly a really great brawler. However, there is some pretty bad Nita maps, and that includes Shooting Star again. Now, somehow we actually made it work on Shooting Star, and honestly, we destroyed them so bad that the Surge rage quit game 2. So we got a nice easy 2-0 win. This game and a few others quickly ranked us up, and so we spun the wheel another time and we got Miko, which is pretty solid. And well, as we were playing with Miko, this is where you can finally see the game start to get much closer. I had to really focus and not mess around because one simple mistake would often cost us a game. Thanks to some nice Miko jumps and supers, we climbed up another rank, and we are now Mythic 3. We now only have 4 more ranks left to go until we get to Masters. We're really closing in on the end of this challenge, or at least I thought. Now the next 4 spins are going to be crucial, and so we spun the wheel and managed to get Piper. Now Piper is literally one of my best brawlers. I should be able to easily crush through this rank. However, it wasn't as easy as I thought. Because some of the maps and modes, I actually kind of struggled with Piper, but we were still winning more games than we were losing. After a little bit of time, we managed to climb up to finally legendary rank. These spins are so important. And so we spun the wheel and we managed to get Mandy, which is fine by me because sharpshooters are pretty flexible for the most part. No, I didn't. Oh my god, oh my god. I hit the Sandy instead. And yeah, we actually crushed it with Mandy. We managed to climb up to Legendary 2. 2 more ranks left to go. Time to spin the wheel. You gotta be joking me. There's no way. And of course, we get Doug, arguably one of the worst brawlers in the game right now. And to make it even worse, our first game is going to be on Safe Zone, a terrible Doug map. We in this. I'm healing the Colette while supering. You can't handle me. You literally can't handle me. Come here. They don't know what to do. Super me. Come on. Okay. Just time to distract here forever. Please. Please. We got it, dude. We got it. And well, somehow we managed to win on Safe Zone, and our next game was on Dueling Beetles, which is actually a pretty good Doug map, so my confidence is actually through the roof right now. And because it was a good map and we had good teammates, we won that game as well. And so I really started thinking we were going to cruise through this Doug rank. However, things started to finally go downhill as expected. People started to counter my Doug pick much harder, which made these games really tough for me to win. I had to really rely on my teammates because I couldn't just carry anymore. But fortunately enough, I ended up getting some pretty good Doug maps where I still was able to make it work versus counters. And eventually I made it to 1 game away from Legendary 3 with just Doug. I need to win this game and then I can finally stop playing Doug. No, I was so close to getting it off. Come on. We're in trouble. I'm dead. And well, yeah, I got carried for my last game, but honestly, I couldn't care because I was so happy to get past this Doug rank. Now, all I need is 1 good spin and we are going to cruise through this last rank. And of course, we get Edgar. Now, I know a lot of you guys are Edgar mains out there, but I'm going to tell you this in the nicest way possible. Edgar is really bad right now. There are so many brawlers that hard counter Edgar, like Meg with the explode star power, Gale, Surge, Shelly. I don't know. The list goes on and on. There's so many brawlers that counter Edgar, and it's just really tough. But things were still going pretty good, so my confidence was still pretty high. And in our first game that I was supposed to play Edgar, it was actually banned, which means I have to use my previous brawler, which is Doug. I thought I was overplaying Doug, however, not quite. And well, after a gruesome game, we did end up losing. And that loss actually tilted us down to Legendary 2, which means I have to play Doug again. And well, that loss really hurt because for the next 2 hours, I struggled with Doug. I was losing more games than I was winning, tilting all the way back down. At this point, I just couldn't get back up to Legendary 3 even if I tried. So I finally decided after enough pain that it was time to use my first lifeline. We are going to re-spin the wheel. This is not something I wanted to do, but felt like I had to do if I wanted to get this challenge done. And so we spun the wheel and we managed to get 8-bit. Honestly, pretty good brawler. And well, with 8-bit, I managed to get this pretty insane game. Oh my god. That's a terrible turret placement though. We won, dude! And so with that win and a few more, I finally got back up to Legendary 3, which means it's Edgar time. And so our first game with Edgar, I kind of popped off and managed to sneak in a few goals. So we snuck in the first game. However, game 2 and 3, I struggled much more. I had to play versus a Gale and Chester, which is really tough. And so we ended up losing. However, I didn't think it was my fault, so my hopes were still pretty high. But for the next couple games, things kept going up and down. I wasn't really making any progress whatsoever. If anything, I was just getting more tilted and losing elo. I was, however, bringing out my true Edgar. Now, honestly, this might have gave me some bad karma because for the next 4 hours, I kept winning and losing and winning and losing. I was tilting back down to Legendary 2, playing 8-bit, winning the game, going back to Edgar, losing, tilting back to L2. You get the point. I just couldn't pass Legendary 3. So after 4 hours, it was time to finally call another lifeline. This time, I was going to play with my friends, Mary and Livy. And just like that, it was like magic. I started winning every single game thanks to their help. I was even having fun playing because we were just fooling around and trolling a little bit, but we were still winning. But there is one rule that I forgot to mention to these lifelines. The final game to Masters has to be played without a lifeline, and it has to be played with Edgar. And well, after a ton of wins in a row, I finally climbed up to 1 game away from Masters, which means I had to say goodbye to my wonderful friends, Livy and Mary. Now for the final game, but when I say the pressure is on, it was really on, because if I lose, I can't go back to my friends. I have to then play Edgar by myself without that lifeline anymore. So I need to win this next game, the milestone game. And of course, it's Edgar on Kaboom Canyon. Terrible.
That's fine. I mean, I think this is okay. Okay, we won. Nice, that's 1 game. He's a bot, dude. There's no way. You might be back. Awesome.
And well, you literally can't make this up. One of my teammates went bot mode in the last game, so we ended up losing. We literally had such a good chance at winning, but of course he went bot mode. And so before I let this spiral downhill, without hesitation, I used my final lifeline. I'm able to use any of the previously spun brawlers to help me get up to 1 game away from Masters again. And because I had so many brawlers to pick from, eventually we managed to get our way there, 1 game away from Masters. It is time to play Edgar again, but you know if I fail, I have no more lifelines left to help me get back up to this point. This means this game is so important. And well, this win should get us to Masters.
Got 2. Yes.
Again, you can't make this up. 9 elo short. So I have no choice. I loaded up in another Edgar game, and this time around it is going to be on Out in the Open in Knockout. A terrible Edgar map. And I also probably should have used the other gadget. I know you're going to comment that, but we had to make it work with what we had.
No. I can't believe I killed him. Okay. No. Freaking super the. Okay. Yes. Yes. No. Byron's gonna oh yes. I got 2. I got 2. Yes.
Yes, this has to be Masters. It literally has to be. Finally. And with that, I finally got Masters in 15 hours and 30 minutes. This was super painful, so please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.